Hi, my name is Raven Dana, and the date is 2/20/22. I decided to open this channel in order to bring about a deep conversation around that liminal space where reality and consciousness come together. I imagine many of you have had strange experiences, and if not, I bet you know at least one person that has. And whether that's an experience with a dead person or a UFO or something strange in the middle of the night or whatever it might be. There are lots of things in the world that we can't fully understand or explain, but that doesn't make them any less real. So to play in that area where science and mystery come together, to really give ourselves the opportunity to recognize how powerful we are and what large beings we are, and that our consciousness, our awareness is connected to and interfaces with other human beings, the living world, the live and aware universe, plants, animals, and even non-human beings, and those who have passed to the other side. So my purpose in having conversations and interviewing people and sharing my personal stories is to give you an opportunity to validate for yourself not only that experiences you might have had are real, but also to give yourself some permission to mine that information, to bring energy into your conscious awareness so that you can become more adept at reading the signs and signals around you, more adept at perceiving those liminal places, those places that we share with other beings and other life forms. So I welcome you, and I welcome the conversations that we'll have together. I will post several times a week, and I will occasionally have an interview that I'll give you some notice is going to come up. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you would let me know what it is that interests you. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Raven Dana. I am obviously an old crone. I've had lots of experiences throughout my lifetime. I was blessed to be raised in a family that didn't poo-poo or hide or dismiss strange incidents. My dad was a mortician. My mom came from a family of gypsies. My grandma, who had been an army nurse, was also someone who read cards and had prophetic dreams. I mean, we could call her a seer. She was also a wonderful baker and knew a lot of things about a lot of things. My grandfather was a warrior and joined the army at the age of 17 and was in World War I and many of other battles. My father was in World War II, so between the two of them, they brought back lots of strange and interesting stories about things that happened to them during the war and around death and dying. So my family just accepted that the invisible worlds and the experiences that we had with things that we couldn't understand were normal, that our abilities to reach across time and space and be aware of people are normal. We never talked about paranormal things or psychic things. It was always just shrugged off as something that was part of our everyday, ordinary life that other people dismissed or pretended didn't exist, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't real and isn't real. So again, I grew up in an environment where things that we now look at as very strange and unusual were just part of our everyday experience. My grandmother, on occasion, witnessed her dead brother Mac visiting. And again, it was not like, oh my God, there's a ghost. No, I mean, my grandmother would sit up, talk to Uncle Mac. Whether I saw him or not was irrelevant. I didn't. I never saw Uncle Mac. But she had these experiences occasionally and shared them with us. And we were just glad that she was able to stay in touch with her dead brother. So that's one of many, many stories that I could tell you. And I will share things with you. My own life has been filled with mysterious and interesting events. And it's led me down a path of learning different things about how the mind works and what goes on in those between worlds. You know, Native Americans and Aboriginal people had no doubt in their minds that the world was alive and the spirits lived in everything and communicated with us all the time. And we have somehow forgotten that. We've separated ourselves and put our intellect in one camp and our intuition in another camp and our body awareness and instincts in yet another camp. And it's just not how we're made. We're an integrated being, and our intelligence comes from the balancing of intellect and those deep intuitive and sixth, seventh, eighth sense awarenesses. So again, if you've had unusual experiences, please listen in. I think that you'll hear yourself in some of our experiencers. And also, I plan on giving plenty of practices and practical information that will help you develop those skills and to help you integrate those kinds of experiences into your more ordinary life, so that there doesn't have to be a separation between things that happen and what you do in your regular waking experience. So please tune in, and in the very first chapter coming up, I will talk a little bit more about my personal experience and introduce you to a few characters that I've met along the way. Thank you for tuning in, and together we can enchant the world again. In fact, we have never been alone. We're not alone. And when you walk in the between, it's always good to go with a friend. I hope to see you soon.